Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you on the platform of SuperGrads by Top Rankers. I am Sanjay Singh, your maths mentor, and today we are going to do a important, what do you say, important session for CUT PG or basically TISS through CUT PG, and the session name is Simple and Compound Interest. It's absolutely must to do this topic, and we will know the basics of the topic, and we'll do some relevant examples as well, which is going to be important for your examinations. So let's try to begin, and here it is. So as you know, what is simple interest? The name itself suggests it's a simple interest. So there is no compounding or there is no addition of interest to the principal amount. Or basically, you might have read the formula in your childhood as well. SI is equal to PRT upon 100, where P denotes the principal amount, the amount which is invested, the amount which is lented, the amount which is borrowed. Okay, where P denotes the principal amount. Basically, what do you mean by principal amount? The amount of money which is either lented by you from someone, or which is either lented by you to someone, or which is borrowed from someone for some period of time, or the amount of money which is invested somewhere else. Okay. So PRT upon 100. R is the rate per annum. R is the rate of percent per annum. If you are using this formula, please make sure rate should be in per annum. T is time in years. Yeah, T is time in years. So SI can be calculated in this manner. Now this 1 upon 100 is very familiar number with you. 1 upon 100 denotes the percentage as well. So you can decode this as RT percent of principal as well. What is SI? SI is RT percent of principal. For example, if the rate is 10% per annum, if the rate is 10% per annum, time is 2 years, you should be directly able to say that you will get R into T 20% of the principal as the interest. 20% is 1 by 5, so you are going to get P by 5 as the interest. So R into T percent of the principal is your SI. Either use this or use this, whatever suits you better. This will consume some less space and it will be like little bit of nostalgic from the bachpan. Okay. So let's suppose the principal is 5,000, rate is 20%, time is 4 years. How much is the SI? What is the SI? SI is RT percent of principal. So R into 2 is 80% of principal, 80% of 5,000, or you will say 80% is 4 by 5 of 5,000, which is as good as 4,000, which is as good as 4,000. So we are familiar with SI now. We are familiar with principal now. There is one more word, amount. A. It is the sum of principal plus the simple interest. It is the sum of principal plus the simple interest. So how will you recognize this amount? Okay, I'm reading a statement. A sum of money becomes 5,000 after 4 years. So this becomes 5,000 is indicating the it is amounting to 5,000. है ना? Amounting to 5,000. Principal was something else जो कि 5 साल के बाद 5,000 बन गया. तो अमाउंट्स टू वाला जो वर्ड होगा उससे आप समझ जाएंगे कि इट इज रेफरिंग टू द अमाउंट इन विच इंटरेस्ट इज एडेड, इन विच इंटरेस्ट इज एडेड. सिमिलरली मैच्योर्स टू है ना, जैसे कि आप लोग पढ़ते होंगे या फिर कभी आपने देखा भी होगा कि आई हैव इन्वेस्टेड सर्टेन सम ऑफ मनी, it will mature to 1 lakh rupees after 5 years, after 10 years, after 15 years, after 20 years. So वो जो matures to है ना, that is signifying or that is mentioning कि कितना पैसा बन जाएगा. So this is saying to the amount, amounting to, matures to, or you will say becomes. These all are the keywords to what do you say, to identify कि ये principal नहीं है, ये अमाउंट है जो बनेगा इंटरेस्ट ऐड होने के बाद। सिमिलरली वो कीवर्ड्स मैं आपको प्रिंसिपल के लिए भी लिखवा देता हूं। कैसे पहचाना जाता है? अमाउंट इन्वेस्टेड, आपने कितना पैसा लगाया, है ना। अ सम ऑफ मनी बोरोड, कितना आपने उधार लिया। लेंटेड, कितना आपने उधार दिया। इस तरह के कीवर्ड्स जो हैं ये हेल्प करते हैं पहचानने में कि ये ओरिजिनल अमाउंट है, ये प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट है। इसको या तो हम लेंट कर रहे हैं या फिर बोरो कर रहे हैं, और उस बोरो से क्या हो रहा है? इट इज बिकमिंग समथिंग, है ना, इट इज बिकमिंग समथिंग। ओके, वेयर एज सीआई इज अ डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट। लेट मी टेल यू अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सीआई, या फिर कुछ एग्जांपल्स कर लेते हैं पहले। यू आर गोइंग टू हैव अ गुड टाइम ओवर देयर। लेट्स सी। A principal of rupees 500 becoming 625 at 5% per annum simple interest. Find the time. 500 rupees is becoming 625. Becoming means amount, and this is principal. 500 principal, 625 amount, 5% rate. What is the time? You know, amount minus principal is SI. So how much is the interest have you got? 125. How much is the interest have you got? 125. So 125 interest is equal to P R T upon 100. 125 is the principal, 125 is the interest, 500 is the principal, 5% is the rate, T is the time. 25 will simplify this 5 times. So it will take it 5 years to reach this scenario. It will take it 5 years to reach this scenario. ऐसे भी कर सकते थे कि 125 जो है 500 का RT परसेंट है, 5 इंटू टी परसेंट। तो 125 बेसिकली 500 का कितने परसेंट है आपको ये देखना है। यू विल सी सर 125 इज, this is simplifying 25 times the, what I'm doing, 25 by 100 is 1 by 4. This is 1 by 4. This is 1 by 4. Yeah. So 1 by 4 into 100 is 25%. तो 25% 5% की रेट से कितने साल में मिल जाएगा? 5 years में। For simple question, both are same only, but somewhere, sometime down the line, this can literally help you a lot. Somewhere, sometime down the line, it can literally help you a lot. What sum of money should be given at a SI for 6 months at 4% per annum in order to obtain 300 as a simple interest? SI is equal to PRT upon 100. 300 is a simple interest. What sum of money must be given? Principal. Rate 4% per annum. Time 6 months. I've already told you time should be in years. So convert months into year. Converts month into year. 1 year has 12 months. So you have to divide it by 12. 1 by 2 year. क्या हो जाएगा भाई? Half year. 6 months is equivalent to half year. Divide by 100. 2. 150. 15,000 principal should be there. 15,000 principal should be there if you want to earn 300 rupees interest at 4% in only 6 months. सिर्फ 6 महीने में 4% पर, if you want to earn 300 as interest, what should be the principal? 15,000. So 300 principal, P का principal, 4% का rate, half year is the time. You got to know your principal. Let's move on. बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन। A certain amount becomes 3 times in 4 years on simple interest. In what time it will become 7 times? बहुत ही मतलब बढ़िया सा आप कह सकते हैं कि छोटा पैकेट है बट बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है। अच्छा, इसमें ये जो अमाउंट है ना, सर्टेन अमाउंट, ये प्रिंसिपली डिनोट कर रहा है, क्योंकि वो कुछ अमाउंट का मतलब ये है कुछ पैसा था, कुछ पैसा, सर्टेन अमाउंट, इट इज बिकमिंग 3 टाइम्स। अब ये बता रहा है उसकी प्रॉपर्टी कि कितना हो जा रहा है, कितना हो जा रहा है, बिकमिंग 3 टाइम्स। तो कहना इसे पी का प्रिंसिपल 3p का अमाउंट हो जाता है 4 साल में। पी का प्रिंसिपल 3p का अमाउंट हो जाता है 4 साल में। तो पी का प्रिंसिपल 7p का अमाउंट कितने साल में होगा? इज दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम। P principal becomes 3p in 4 years. In how much time it will become 7p? Okay, so write it down. Ki this is the principal and this is the amount. So how much is the interest have you got? When P is becoming 3p, when P is becoming 3p, you're getting an interest of 2p. कैसे पता sir? Interest is amount minus principal. Amount of 3p minus principal of P, 2p. So when P will become 7p, how much interest you will get? 7p minus P, 6p. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इज दैट सिंपल कि इट इज इक्वल एवरी ईयर। सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इतना सिंपल होता है कि वो हर साल बराबर ही होता है। सो इफ यू आर गेटिंग 2p इन, इफ यू आर गेटिंग 2p इन 4 years, 6p यू विल गेट इन कितना? इट इज 3 times ऑफ इट, 12 years. A error prone zone. Some students can make a error over here. I want you to not make it. मैं चाहता हूं कि आप ऐसी गलतियां फिर से ना करें। इंटरेस्ट देखना है आपको, अमाउंट का बिहेवियर नहीं देखना है कि अमाउंट 3p था फिर 7p हो गया, यहां से गलती हो जाएगी। आपको देखना है कि इंटरेस्ट कितना मिला। 3p माइनस p 2p, 7p माइनस p 6p। तो अगर 2p 4 years में मिलता है तो 6p is 3 times of it, so it will take 3 times more time, that is 12 years. What is the concept behind यूनिटरी मेथड? क्यों लगा पाए यूनिटरी मेथड? इसलिए लगा पाए बिकॉज सिंपल इंटरेस्ट हर साल बराबर होता है। तो अगर 2p में 4 साल लग रहे हैं तो 4p में 8 साल और 6p में 12 साल। डायरेक्ट मल्टीप्लीकेशन, डायरेक्ट यूनिटरी मेथड लगा सकते हैं। चलो फटाफट आगे बढ़ जाओ। सम ऑफ मनी बिकमिंग ट्रिपल्स इन 15 years, हाउ मेनी टाइम्स इट विल बिकम 5 times? फटाफट से p से 3p 15 years, p से 5p कितने years? राइट डाउन द इंटरेस्ट। P से 3p होना 2p का इंटरेस्ट, P से 5p होना 4p का इंटरेस्ट। If 2p interest you are receiving in 15 years, then 4p you will receive it in 30 years. Cool. If 2p interest you are receiving in 15 years, then 4p interest you will receive in 30 years. Let's move on. A certain sum of money at certain rate of interest, कुछ भी नहीं बताया है, becomes 2100 in 2 years and becomes 2250 in 5 years. What was the principal? एक p का प्रिंसिपल था, वो 2 साल में 2100 बन गया। बन गया मतलब अमाउंटेड टू 2 साल में, 2 साल का एसआई इसमें ऐड हुआ होगा तब बना होगा ये। एंड इट हैज अमाउंटेड टू 2250 इन 5 years, तो इसमें 5 साल का एसआई ऐड हुआ होगा तब बना होगा ये। So this is the SI of 5 year, here to here, and this is the SI of 2 year. ये वैल्यू SI of 2 year है, ये SI of 5 year। तो ये दिस डिफरेंस इज द SI of 3 year। ये 3 साल का सिंपल इंटरेस्ट है, विच इज 2250 माइनस 2100 150। तो व्हाट इज SI पर ईयर? हर साल SI कितना है? 50 रुपीज। व्हाट इज द SI एवरी ईयर? 50 रुपीज। अमाउंट आफ्टर 2 year पता है, अगर SI 2 साल का पता चल जाए तो प्रिंसिपल भी निकल आएगा। अगर 2 साल का SI पता चल जाए तो प्रिंसिपल आ जाएगा। सो व्हाट इज द SI ऑफ 2 year? अगर 1 का 50 तो 2 का 100, तो दिस इज 100. Principal plus 100 is 2100. Principal plus 100 is 2100. So principal is 2100 minus 100, 2000 rupees. Principal is 2100 minus 100, 2000 rupees. So in such manner, you have to do SI problems, and they are literally very important for your examinations. So we have covered the SI part in hardly 15-16 minutes, and you can get a good amount of idea from this much only. Okay, one more you are getting. Wow. SI on a sum of money is 8 by 25 of the sum. SI 8 by 25 of the sum होता है if the number of years is numerically, if the number of years is numerically half the rate, what is the rate? अगर number of years numerically half the rate है तो rate क्या है? कुछ भी नया देखो, एक बार लिख लो पूरा. Simple interest on a certain sum of money, principal, is 8 by 25 of the principal. तो क्या मैं SI की जगह 8 by 25 of the principal लिख सकता हूं? If you don't mind, principal. Number of years is numerically half the rate. What is the rate? Rate पूछा गया है तो rate तो इक्वेशन में रखेंगे. नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स की जगह न्यूमेरिकली हाफ द रेट बोला है, तो क्या टी को आर बाय टू से रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं? सिंस नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स इज न्यूमेरिकली हाफ द रेट, नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स इज न्यूमेरिकली हाफ द रेट, तो टी की जगह आर बाय टू लिख दिया. ओवर एंड आउट 25 4 जा 8 into 8, 8 square is r square, so rate is 8%. 8 square is r square, so rate is 8%. 8 square is r square, so rate is 8%. Let's move on. Compound, compound, compound. I'm trying to create a power pack session in 30-45 minutes where we can deal with SI, CI, all, and just a quick revision of all the things. Just a quick revision of all the things. Whether you are a beginner, whether you are an intermediate, or whether you are pro. Pro के लिए तो फिर it would be an easy one, but for beginner and for intermediate, that would be helpful for sure. What is the compound interest formula? What we have read? Amount is equal to principal 1 plus r upon 100 की power n, where r is the rate per compounding period and n is the number of compounding periods. Everything else you know. What do you mean by compounding period? If the compounding would be done annually, so compounding period is per annum. So time would be number of years. If the compounding is done semi-annually, then it would be rate per semi-annual, and time is number of semi-annuals, or you can say number of 6 months. 6 months के कितने period होंगे? If the rate is done quarterly, then rate should be rate per quarter. Compounding is done quarterly. If the compounding is done quarterly, then rate should be as rate per quarter. And what is n? Number of quarters in the time what you have given. जो टाइम आपने बताया उसमें कितने नंबर ऑफ क्वार्टर्स हैं? ठीक है, चलो कितने क्वार्टर्स हैं? ओके, a is equal to p1 plus r upon 100 की पावर n. If nothing is being said, only compound interest is being said, we will assume कि compounding जो है वो annually की गई है. अगर कुछ नहीं बोला गया है, only compound interest calculate करने को बोला है, and nothing is being written after compounding कैसे की है, quarterly, annually, semi-annually, we will take it granted कि it is compounded annually. अगर वो semi-annually कराएगा, quarterly कराएगा तो बोलेगा, ठीक है? चलो. However, we will hardly use that formula. We will hardly use that formula. We will develop the ratio approach. The ratio approach of rate. What is that ratio approach? Ratio approach ये कहती है कि if the rate is 16.67%, that is 1 by 6. If compounding is done annually, if compounding is done annually, then principal of 6 will become amount of 7 after 1 year. What does the rate approach says? If the rate is 16.67, so it says there would be an interest of 1 over the principal of 6. So principal of 6 will become amount of 7 after 1 year. After 1 year. Because compounding is done annually. If the compounding is would have been done semi-annually, तो 6 से 7 एक semi-annually में ही हो जाता. In 2 years, it will become from 6 square to 7 square. That is 36 to 49. What is the benefit of it? Ki you have known the principal in the ratio, you know the amount in the ratio, so you can be aware of interest in the ratio. You can be aware of the interest in the ratio. When 36 will become 49, how much interest you will earn? 6, 9 minus 6, 3, and this is 30. I will use it later on. I will use it later. अभी तो बस आप सीखते जाओ. And so on. And so on. For example, rate of 20%, time of 3 year. So you can very well say 20% is the interest of 1 over 5. So 5 will become 6 in 1 year. So in 3 years, 5 ka cube will become 6 ka cube. 125 will become 216. So in the meantime, you will get an interest of 216 minus 125, which is nothing but 191, whatever. Now, what are these values? These are ratios. So if any one of them exact value is known, if any one of their exact value is known, let's suppose I give you that principal was 25,000. So value of 125 is given as 25,000. You will find out the multiplication factor. 125 से 250 कैसे बन जाता है? Multiply by 2, 2 0 और. So interest is going to be into 200. Yeah, it's that simple. Sometimes students do say, sir, CI is more simple than SI after this ratio method. Let's see few more examples. And like, why not? Apply the few examples, okay? I'm not going to give any other example from my side. You apply it from your side. 8,000 principal, 3 years at the time, 5% is the rate per annum, compounding done annually. If nothing is being said about compounding, you will still take it compounding is done annually. अगर कुछ नहीं भी कहा जाता तो भी आप कैसे लेते? Compounded annually. 5% is the rate. 5% is 1 by 20. In 1 year, 20 will become 21. So in 3 years, 20 ka cube will become 21 ka cube. Over the period of time in your preparation, you will get to know that this is 8,000, very, very easy, and this is 9261. So principal of 8,000 will become amount of 9261. So how much is the interest have you got? 9261 minus 8,000, 1261. If any of the exact value is known, तो बस मजा आ जाएगा. अगर किसी की भी exact value पता हो, तो मजा आ जाएगा. Principal is exactly given as 8,000. So interest is also exactly 1261. Interest is also exactly 1261. Okay, let's move on. Compounding is done half yearly. Compounding is done half yearly. So now you are interested in the rate per half yearly, and you are interested is number of half yearlies कितने होंगे? Number of half yearlies. If 20% per annum is given, so I want to calculate per half yearly because compounding is done half yearly. Compounding कैसे की गई है? Half yearly. तो अब हमको per annum का रेट नहीं चाहिए. Rather, वी रिक्वायर पर हाफ ईयरली रेट। तो अगर पूरे साल में 20% मिलता है तो हाफ ईयर में 10% पर हाफ ईयरली। 10% per half yearly. And how many half yearlies in 1.5 year? Three half yearlies. 6 months. So 0.5, 0.5, 0.53. So for you, R is 10, N is 3. So 10% three times you will get. So in one time, 10% is the interest of 1 over 11. So 10 will become 11. In three times, 10 cube will become 11 cube. So 1000 ka ratio will become 1331. So you will get an interest of 331. If a exact value is known, if one exact value is known, we don't require anything else. Principal 2000, multiplication factor of 2, interest 662. Let's move on further. Let's move on further. 16% per annum. 16% per annum compounding is done quarterly. First thing, एक साल में कितने क्वार्टर होते हैं? कितने क्वार्टर होते हैं भाई एक में? How many quarters in one? In 1 year, है ना? So in 1 year there are 4 quarters: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay. So your rate will become 1 by 4, 4% per quarter. 6 months में कितने क्वार्टर होंगे? You might have, कुछ लोग गलती कर रहे होंगे. Quarter is not a period of 4 months, rather it's a period of 3 months, है ना? क्वार्टर को आपको देखकर वो 4 याद रह जाता है. हमेशा 4 ही नहीं है. क्वार्टर इज अ पीरियड ऑफ 3 months. सो 3 3 months के कितने पीरियड हो जाएंगे? 2. So R is 4, N is 2. 4% in the ratio is 1 by 4 by 125. 4 by 25. Yeah. 4% is 4 by 100. 4 by 100 is 1 by 25. So in one quarter, 25 will become 26. In two quarter, 25 ka square will become 26 ka square. 625 will become 676. प्रिंसिपल बताया गया है 12500. This value of is double of it, so it is 20 times. Interest पूछा है 6 minus 5 1, 51. So it's also going to be 20 times of it, 1020. 1020. 51 into 20. 51 into 20. 1020 is the correct answer. Next. A sum of money amounts to 5760 in 2 years and 6912 in 3 years. What is the rate of interest per annum? A sum of money amounts to 5760 in 2 years and amounts to 6912 in 3 years. What is the rate of interest per annum? Okay. A principal P amounting to 5760 in 2 years and amounting to 6912 in 3 years. A basic definition of compound interest says, which because of some time constraints we were not able to discuss today, but we will definitely discuss some other day. Ki whatever is the amount after 1 year, it will act as a principal for the second year. Whatever is the amount after 2 years, it will act as a principal for the third year. Whatever is the amount of the third year, it will act as a principal for the fourth year. So this is the amount after 2 years. but it will act as a principal for the third year, and this is the amount after third year. So can I say this is nothing but principal for the third year and amount for the third year? Obviously. So we can calculate ki what is the change, how much interest you got during this particular year. So 2, 5, 2, 5, है ना? This 5, 8 minus 7, 1, 1152. So 1152 interest you have obtained after 5760 rupees. Just calculate it is what percentage? It is 20%. So rate is 20. This is the way you need to calculate. It's making it very easy. When you see the copybook solution of it, what has been written in the books, it is about making equation 2 times. वो कैसे होगा? 2 बार equations बनाने पर होगा. Making equations 2 times. But here it is not required to make equations 2 times. It is like this only. Let's move on. A sum of money on a compound interest double itself in 3 years. In how many times it will become 4 times of itself? एक मनी डबल हो जाती है 3 साल में 4 times. Here, this question is different from the question what we have done at times of SI because it is compound interest. I will tell you how to do it. P will become 2P in 3 years. Here there is a relation of principal and amount only. What is the relation? If it is becoming double in 3 years, it will again become double in next 3 years. And it will again become double in next 3 years. So 2P ka double is 4P. If it has become double in 3 years, it will keep on becoming double in next 3 years. So if P to 2P in 2 years, 3 years, then 2P to 4P is also in next 3 years. So how much time it has taken from P to 4P? 3 plus 3, 6 years. This is the way you need to do this. So it will triple in 5 years, then again it will become triple in the next 5 years. If it is becoming 5 times of itself in 10 years, then again it will become 5 times of itself in the next 10 years. इसको हम कभी कभी ऐसे भी करा देते हैं. Double means 2, 4 times means 4. Write them in the powers of the same number. So 2 की power 1, 2 की power 2, 2 की power 1 in 4 years, 3 years. So 2 की power 2 would be in, if 1 in 3 years, then 2 in 2 into 3, 6 years. Okay. So no matter how much big is the amount, you can always do like this. Difference between SI and CI. Um, we can do it by n number of things. We can do it by n number of things. But what I will suggest, remember the formula for the difference. Difference over principal is R over 100 ka whole square for 2 years. For 2 years, difference between SI and CI is difference over principal R over 100 ka whole square, or you can remember this like as P into R over 100 ka whole square, where P is the principal, R is the rate per annum. And for 3 years it is P R over 100 ka whole square, exactly same till here, only 3 plus R upon 100 extra. Difference P R over 100 ka whole square, 3 plus R upon 100 is the extra multiplication what we are doing for 3 years. They are very, very helpful. I recommend you to remember them. है ना? I recommend you to remember them. They are worth remembering. You will not be able to feel कि यार इससे फायदा नहीं हो रहा है. तो डिफरेंस पता है, प्रिंसिपल निकालना है, रेट भी पता है, टाइम भी पता है. 1 by 5, 1 by 25. So principal is 25 times of 674. I am writing 25 is 100 by 4. 27, 26, then, sorry, uh, 27 and 24, then 34, or what? Is it a decimal coming? Okay, you can check it by yourself. The difference between the SI and CI on a certain sum of money means principal is not known. Principal is not known. For 2 years at the rate of 20% per annum is 674. So 674, 20 by 100 is 1 by 5, and 1 by 5 ka square is 1 by 25. So 25 I've written as 100 by 4. So 100 by 4 is okay. It can come decimal because 100 will compensate for it. 100 will compensate for it. 4 1 ja 4, 27, 4 6 ja 24, 24, 34. So 34 is 4 8 ja 32. Okay. Then 20, yeah, 100 will compensate for it. 16850. Please do check it है एक बार calculation आप देख लेना. So thank you very much. This was today's session. I hope you might have thoroughly enjoyed it. As you know, we have started our CAT year-long batch. What is it? 2024. We have started our CAT 2024 year-long batch. Uh, so these are the key features of it. Personalized course, major MBA, unlimited doubt sessions, a lot of mocks, mock analysis, and get set go. These are our results, what we have obtained this year, the very beginning year, the very inception year, from the crash course only, lot of 99 percentile. So thank you very much. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Have a great time. See you in the next session. Keep it up. Okay. Well done.